Hi, this is Greg Phillips, owner of Quality Water Treatment, also known as Greg the Water Guy. I hope you're doing well today, and thank you for your purchase. I want to go over the how to unpack and set up and install your SoftPro Water Softener. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you on a video I did a while back ago showing all this. And I'm going to go ahead and narrate in different spots to go over a few changes with you and also to explain things a little bit more thoroughly for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to go ahead and start playing the video. Now, please be patient. It's a 17-minute video. But it's very important that you watch this if you purchase a SoftPro Water Softener or a SoftPro Water Softener package, okay? Because it's going to make things a lot easier for you when you receive your equipment and what to expect, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start playing this now for you.
The Water Guy at Quality Water Treatment at www.qualitywatertreatment.com. Today I want to go over how to unpack and set up your SoftPro Water Softener. So I've already unpacked the system and I've already removed the components from the Brine tank, and I've already installed the neoprene jacket. The neoprene jacket just wraps around the tank and zips up, real simple to do. You have a handle here you can pull up on it on both sides if you need help with that, just to get it straightened out. It also has a nice pocket here to put your service manual and your quick start guide and whatever else, other paperwork you want to keep with your system. Okay. So when you get your system, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the Brine tank. Okay. Inside the Brine tank, you're going to have your components. First thing you're going to have is your box that has your control valve in it, as well as your white cone that snaps to the bottom of the control valve before you put it on the tank. It's also going to have your service manual in there, as well as your small box that has your power cord with your transformer in it. Okay. Your second box, the components are loose, so I've already pulled everything out, but it has your bypass with your red clips as well as your connectors. It's going to come with your Brine, well, your grid plate. Your grid plate also has legs. The legs are not attached. They're going to be laid in the Brine tank. You simply snap these into place by pushing them and twisting them. Okay, I've already done it here. I can't take them off because they're already on there. Once they're on there, they're on there. So go ahead and just take them, push them in, snap them into place so you're ready to go. Comes with a brine well with the safety flow, the lid goes over the top of it. Okay. Now, as an accessory, I took these out of the package already. These are the 18-inch quick connect hoses that you could purchase when you purchase your SoftPro Water Softener. The one edge slips over the top of your plumbing. The other end slides right into the bypass valve, is secured with the red clamps. These are only meant for the SoftPro Water Softener. They do not work on any other system. I will go over how to put these in here in a little bit for you. So we're going to start with the assembly of the Brine tank. This opening here slides into the tank, facing towards the outside hole of the Brine tank. Okay. This tube here is also in the Brine tank. You're going to pull it out beforehand. It doesn't have the nut on it. You're going to stick it through the tube. You're going to slide the gray nut over here, slip the insert inside. And then the other end here It's a black nut. You slip it over, put the insert in right here. Now that's done, you take your brine well, safety foot, 90-degree elbow, facing towards the brine line that we just stuck through the tube. You push down the hole and locks into place like that. Take your nut, screw it onto your safety float, 90-degree elbow here. Just gonna hand tighten that on there like that. Take your brine well cap, slip it over the top of the brine well, and twist it, just kind of sits there like that. Okay. Now your brine tank is assembled, put your lid on. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is this cap here. It comes on the tank temporarily to keep the resin from spilling out of the tank. Now when you get your system, sometimes UPS or FedEx, they'll lay the tanks on them sides or they'll lay them upside down. Even though the tank says fragile this side up, the box doesn't mean. It's really not a concern because of the fact that we do use these caps now to keep the resin from falling out of the tank. So don't be overly concerned if it's laying on its side or upside down. And when you unpack it, just check everything and make sure that the tank doesn't have any damage to it. If it is, just contact us and we'll take care of it for you. Okay. Now, this is a 48,000 grain water softener. From 24,000 grain all the way up to 48,000 grain is already.
Okay, so this has changed. The manufacturer is now packing these systems differently than they used to make things easier for our customers. So now from 24,000 grain all the way through 64,000 grain SoftPro water softeners, they are all now loaded with all the resin. So you no longer need to add resin to your 64,000 grain water softener anymore. It used to be only half loaded with resin, so only 1 cubic foot of resin, and we shipped you a separate bag with a funnel to add the other because of weight restrictions. But because of the way we are packing them now, both bags are already added for you. Okay, so disregard that part of it. You can move on to the next part.
Preloaded with the resin. If you purchase a 64,000 grain or larger, it's only going to be partially loaded with the resin because of weight restrictions for shipping. You're going to receive a blue funnel and you're going to receive some extra resin. All you would do is.
Okay, so again, if you have the 24 to 64,000, you will not get a funnel and you will not get any additional resin. If you ordered an 80,000 grain SoftPro water softener or larger, you will get additional resin and you will get a funnel, and you follow the instructions for that part of it.
Just use a cap or some tape and tape the top of this tube so resin can't get down in it. Use the funnel, stick it over the top, add the resin that we gave you, remove the plug or tape from the tube, clean the resin from the threads here with a soft brush or water. Okay. And then at that point, you're going to take the white cone, stick it to the bottom of the valve.
Okay, so here, I misplaced the white cone after shooting several different videos. I don't know what happened to it when I did this. So at the beginning of this video showing the boxes, there will be a white cone in there. Make sure you take that white cone and snap it into the bottom of the control valve right here, okay, and just lock it into place. Kind of give it a little tug, make sure it's nice and secure, and then continue with that. Now, if for any reason you did not get that white cone, please stop the installation and contact us immediately, either by phone, by email, or use our live chat, and we'll get you that white cone right away so you can complete your installation. It's very important for that white cone to be on there for the SoftPro water softeners.
Twist it until it locks into place. You're going to take the valve and the tube with the cone, you can slip it over this tube right here, just like that.
If you notice at the angle here, it looks like the valve is going on crooked. It's just because the jacket up here is higher than this part. So don't let that fool you. Make sure that you're not cross-threading this as you go in. It'll kind of drop into a socket on its own. You'll feel it, and then just hand tighten it. If you feel a resistance, then you're going on to cross-thread it. So don't force it. It should screw on very easily. Also, the O-ring at the bottom of this is already lubricated for you, so you do not need to lubricate it. If you feel like you want to lubricate it for some reason, use a non-petroleum based lubricant. Do not use Vaseline or WD-40 or anything like that. It has to be a non-petroleum substance. Okay.
You're going to hand tighten the control valve onto the tank. Just get it nice and snug. Don't have to use a wrench or anything like that. It's already fitted. Okay. Now, for demonstration purposes, so you folks can see what I'm doing, I'm going to turn this around. So now we're going to install our bypass valve. Pull these red clips out, set them aside. Notice one side is marked inlet, the other side is outlet. The inlet is, of course, from your main water supply.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reverse this a little bit. And point something out to you real quick here.
We'll turn this around.
Okay, right there. See on the right-hand side, there's this turbine assembly. That is always your outlet side. So regardless of whether this is for city water, which is an upflow system, or your private well water, which is a downflow system, always use this as a reference point. So your outlet going back to the house is always the side with the turbine on it when it comes to the water softener, okay?
So now we're going to install our bypass valve. Pull these red clips out, set them aside. You notice one side is marked inlet, the other side is outlet. The inlet is, of course, from your main water supply, either from after your pressure tank if you're on your own private well, or it's coming from your main water line before the water enters the house, or if you have a loop, you're going to make sure that the line that you cut to bring in here is the water line coming from the main. I'll go over that with you here in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get these installed. Bypass valve gets installed and the handles upward. Into place. Put your red clips back in. These red clips, what I do is I just give them a gentle pull. Make sure they're locked into place. Okay. You did not get the quick connect hoses. You didn't order those. You're going to have your fittings. Now, these fittings, you do not want to use Teflon paste or pipe dope of any sort. You would use Teflon tape. Okay. These here slip into place. It's like this. Just like that. And then your red clip, just like the one through the bypass, slips into place and locks. Okay. Same with this one. Same idea. Okay. We'll leave those out real quick, so I want to go over the quick connects with you. Quick connects, one end slips over the top of your plumbing in your home. It's 1 inch. This end here slips into your bypass valve. It is secured with the same red clip that I just showed you. It secures the other fittings. Now you do not want to push these in to your bypass valve and then bend them and turn them and hook them to your pipe, your plumbing. You want to do just the opposite. You want this end here, go ahead and stick into your plumbing first. Then you can bend these however you want. Stick them into place. And slip your red clip over the top. That's how that works. So we're going to go ahead and put these fittings back in. Red clips in. Now, after you're done doing that, you're going to take your brine line, stick it up in here, and tighten it down. You're just going to hand tighten it, snug it up a little bit, and you're ready to go there. Okay, I'm going to take this off for now so I can turn the valve back around what we're doing. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to hook your drain line up. Now this nut right here with this swivel fitting for your drain line, you do not want to take this nut off. This nut has a drain flow control button inside of it. It needs to be in there for the system to work properly. Okay, so you're going to pick up either 1/2 inch ID or 5/8 OD flexible tubing with a hose clamp. You're going to slip it over the top of this bar.
Okay, so the system doesn't come with drain line because everybody needs different amounts, and there's no way for us to know that. So you just pick up your 5/8 OD or 1/2 inch ID drain tubing. It can be polyethylene tubing or the black drip line tubing. That's that size. And then just make sure you get a hose clamp, slide it over the top of the tube, slide the tube over that barb fitting right there, and then tighten down that clamp so it's nice and secure. Okay. It's very important to make sure you have that clamp on there because the pressure of the system when it regenerates will blow that tube off over a period of time, or it'll just simply leak, and you don't want that happening. Okay. Now, if you do go with the drain line, the polyethylene drain line, the black stuff, is pretty rigid. So my advice would be to make sure you pick up some 90-degree elbows and stuff for that particular type of pipe, and use that for your bends and stuff like that.
Our fitting right here. Go ahead and use your hose clamp and clamp it on to secure it. And run that drain line to your designated area. You always want to run the drain line into an area that has an air gap. So just give you an example. A lot of people use, especially if they're installing a utility closet where their washer or dryer is, or a garage, they'll run the drain line over to the washing machine drain. So that drain is usually about this big around. You have your washing machine drain that goes into it. You have room for your 1/2 inch ID tubing from here to go into that, which still leaves you open area around so the system can breathe. The air gap basically is what they call it. If you run it into a sump drain, that's okay. It's the same idea. You have a drain there, it's open area. Same with outdoors. Okay. Now, if you're in a application where you need to run the drain on rigid pipe, basically all you do is use the 1/2 inch ID tubing, cut a small piece off, slip it over the top of the barb fitting here, use a hose clamp to clamp it down, and then attach another fitting, which is basically another barb by 1/2 inch thread with a hose clamp. And then you could screw a male adapter, a PVC male adapter into that, and then run it out where you want to run it. Use some 90-degree elbows wherever you want to do there. So that's how you want to do that. Okay. So now that all that is done, turn this around. Talk about plumbing. Okay.
Let's stop it here for a second. See this cord hanging here? That's a quick connect cord. You're going to get a transformer that's going to have a line on it that'll plug right into here. And then after you're done plumbing everything in, you'll plug that transformer into a nearby outlet.
Okay. So now, if you're on city water and you have a pre-looped already set up for you, pipe coming in, pipe coming out. If you're not 100% sure what pipe is which, that they're not marked, And even they are, I'm always on the cautious side when I'm installing, so I always double check. What you want to do is turn off the main water coming into the home. Go inside the house, remove a shower head, for instance, anything that's high up, and turn the cold water on. Go to some other faucets like a bathtub as well as some other regular faucets and remove the aerators off those regular faucets and open the cold water up. That'll drain the water off of your household plants there for the most part. Use a mop bucket or a 5-gallon bucket of some sort. Stick it underneath the pipes as you cut them. And then what you want to do is have somebody go out and gradually turn the water back on just a little bit so you can capture the water coming out of whatever pipe is the inlet and mark that pipe. Okay. Shut the water off, dry your fittings off. Go ahead and your inlet side that you mark, bring it into the inlet side that is marked on the water softener with the tag. And then come out of the water softener, your outlet back into, that is your outlet side, back into your home. Okay. Now, if you're on a private well, you want to install the system after your pressure tank, not before your pressure tank. If you do not have a pre-loop line in your home with city water, then basically you would basically do the same thing. You would identify the main water line coming into the home. You would cut that line, bring it into the inlet side of the softener, and then come back out of the softener, back into the line, go into the home. And you want to do that before that main water line tees off and goes to anything else inside the home. So that way everything in the home is treated. Okay. So I'm going to turn this back around here so you can see. Once you have it plugged in, you turn your water back on, you hear the tank fill, you hear it stop. And once that happens is your inlet side of your bypass valve. You want to go ahead and open that up slowly. Let the tank fill with water. Okay. You'll hear the pressure, everything pressurize. You'll hear water do its thing. Okay. And then you go ahead and open this bypass up. And then go to the nearest faucet inside the home. Turn it on slowly. And just let it run until no more air is in the water. The best way to check that is with a glass. It's continuously filling up and dump it until the water is clear, doesn't have any coloration or any air cloudiness to it, and then you're ready to go. As far as programming goes, we have programming videos on our website. We also have the quick installation guide on our website as well. And you can visit our site at www.qualitywatertreatment.com to look at those videos, or you can find us on YouTube by searching Quality Water Treatment, qualitywatertreatment.com, or SoftPro Water Softeners, and you'll find those videos. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 866-278-4130, or use our live chat on our website, or email us at help@qualitywatertreatment.com, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much for shopping with us, and have a great day.
Okay, so I'll stop it there. All right, there's a couple of things I didn't go over on this video originally. Is that what type of salt do you use? The best salt to use for any water softener is the pellets. You can get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, or any hardware store for the most part. If you're on your own private well and you have iron in the water, then you can also get the pellets that have the iron out cleaner in it. If you're on city water, you don't need to do that. Just get the regular pellets. As far as how much to add, usually 2 or 3 40-pound bags is enough. These systems are highly efficient, so that's going to last you quite some time. As far as when to add salt after the fact, as you're using the system, is when you see a couple of pellets down there at the bottom, just go ahead and throw another 2 or 3 bags in there, and you're ready to go for quite some time again. Or you could use extra coarse salt, which is also available at the hardware stores at Home Depot and Lowe's. Do not use salt bricks or cubes or anything like that. Make sure you get water softener salt, which again is pellets or extra coarse salt. Now, if you're very salt sensitive to where any sort of extra salt to your sodium is an issue, I want to go over that with you real quick. You could use potassium chloride, which is a salt substitute. So the system would be exchanging the hardness minerals for potassium chloride versus sodium chloride. It's also plant turf grass base friendly. So if you have to do a lot of irrigation and stuff on grasses and plants and stuff like that, you can't bypass your system when you do the plumbing. Some folks have that issue where there's just no way to do it, and they do a small amount of irrigation, so they have to run it through their softener. In that particular case, use potassium chloride because it's actually a fertilizer to most plants and turf grasses. So that would cover you there. Now, to give you an idea as far as sodium goes in your drinking water, some sources out there will try to tell you that they add a bunch of salt to the water. That is not the case. These systems here will add 75 milligrams per quart of water for every 10 grains per gallon of hardness that it removes. So if you have 10 grains of hardness, you're only, for every quart of water you drink, you're only consuming 75 milligrams per liter of sodium. It's a very minute amount of sodium, folks. To give you a comparison, an 8-ounce glass of whole vitamin D milk, only 8 ounces compared to a quart of softened water, has 120 milligrams of sodium in it. So it's a small amount. There's really no need to worry about it unless you're highly sensitive to sodium in general, okay? So that's pretty much it. And thank you very much for your business. We really appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions, you can go to our FAQ page on our website, and there's a lot of answers to commonly asked questions there. As well as you can use our contact link on our website, give us a call, or use our live chat. We're here to help you out. Thank you very much, and have a great day.